Hello everyone, welcome to Introduction to Data Mining class. In this unit, we will introduce data object and attribute types. As you have learned that data is the core of the data mining. But what is data? Data sets are a collection of data objects, each of which represents an entity, also known as samples, examples, instances, data points, objects, or tuples. Data objects are described by attributes. In a traditional database, we store data in tables, where each row in a table is a data object, and each column in the table is an attribute. For example, as the table shown on the screen, each row in a table represents a student data object, and columns represent ID, name, gender, and age, respectively, as different attributes to describe the characteristic of the student. Attributes of a data object, also known as dimensions, features, or variables, which is a data field representing a characteristic of features of a data object. A set of attributes used to describe a given object is called an attribute vector or feature vector. Attribute can be classified into three types, including categorical, ordinal, and numerical. A categorical attribute, also known as nominal attribute, which represents categories, states, symbols, or names of things. For example, assume in the student object, we create an attribute to describe the hair color of a student, and thus, the possible values for the hair color attribute may include auburn, black, blonde, brown, gray, red, and white. Examples of nominal attributes include, but not limited to, marital status, occupations, ID numbers, zip codes. In particular, if a nominal attribute with only two states, we call it binary attribute. For examples, true, false, on, off, positive, negative are examples of values in the binary attributes. The second attribute type is ordinal attribute. Values in an ordinal attribute have a meaningful order or ranking, but magnitude between successive values is not known. For examples, size, grades, and Army rankings are ordinal attributes. For instance, size attribute could have values such as small, medium, or large. Grades could have A, B, C, D, F, and W. The third type of attribute is numerical attribute. Numerical attribute describes the quantity of the characteristic, which can be further classified into a discrete numerical value and a continuous numerical value. A discrete numerical attribute has only a finite or countably infinite set of values, which sometimes represented as integer variables. For example, the number of students in each department. A continuous numerical attribute has real numbers as attribute values. For instances, temperature, height, or weight are examples of continuous numerical attributes. This type of attributes are typically represented as floating point variables.